Cumberland, Rhode Island leading Williston, Vermont as the state champs from the northern part of the Green Mountain State grab the bats in the top of the fifth. Special thanks goes out to the hundreds of volunteers here in Bristol, Connecticut, and the millions of Little League volunteers worldwide who have been the foundation of the Little League program for 75 years. Little League also extends its appreciation to its national sponsors, which help to maintain the strength and leadership of the Little League program. Tyler Provost now in center field. Addison Kopak moving to third for Cumberland, Rhode Island as Baker Angstrom comes to the plate. Angstrom, the talented violinist of whom Jamison spoke earlier, who's the catcher in the district and state tournaments for the Williston, Vermont All-Stars. They prepared 4 catchers, and it's a good thing because he banged up a hand and had to wear a wrap on it. In fact, you can still see it. His left thumb is wrapped. And unable to catch in this tournament. Angstrom just trying to get a base runner aboard for Williston to start something off. And he draws a walk.
That's his job. Very patient at the plate, didn't swing anything out of the zone. That's what Williston, Vermont needs right now is base runners, and the Angstrom does his job getting on base.
Jonah Roberts as we head toward the meat of the order.
A 4-run lead, so definitely within reach here for Williston if they can get something going.
The 0-1. Roberts, foul ball.
Paul Pelletier, the third base umpire with the call, and right there to see this one just foul down the left.
Really close over the base.
Very close.
First bounced in fair territory, but ruled foul as it went over the base. Roberts fists it between the mound and second, and there's no play. Angstrom alert on the play, hustling down to second base and getting in there, and Jonah Roberts has an infield single.
And here comes Williston, Vermont, the best threat of the day. This ball hits just over the mound. No play for right. In comes DeVoe. He has to hurry, but not in time. Roberts down the line in time, and the first 2 base runners on base, first 2 hitters on base. 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up.
Aiden Johnson can blot out the sun. He is 2 up next.
Fixing the bases, breakaway bases here in Bristol for the safety of the young men.
Angstrom on second, Roberts on first. Nobody out. Aiden Johnson smashed a stand-up double down the left field line last time up. That one is in the dirt. It skips past Trey Bork. No chance for him to glug. Angstrom a huge turnaround third. There isn't a lot of foul room here, though, and he wasn't going to try something with his team down by 4. Roberts advances to second on the wild pitch.
Manager making sure, the third base coach rather, making sure that he is staying on the bag. No need to even risk something at this point in the game. Now with your number 3 hitter up. Paul Angstrom, the manager and the third base coach for Williston, Vermont.
Rights 1-1 to Aiden Johnson. Johnson with a deep smash to center field. It is over the scoreboard. A 3-run bomb, and Williston, Vermont is right back in it.
One swing of the bat, and Williston, Vermont is back in this game, and just a bomb off the bat of Aiden Johnson. His second hit of the game. This is a breaking ball down. He goes down, he gets it. and he drives it over the scoreboard in center field. And what looked like Cumberland, Rhode Island cruising along here, suddenly just a one-run game. The mothers and the fans in the stands very happy, and so is that young man, Aiden Johnson, as he rounds the bases, and he's going to be met by his teammates.
That ball was smote.
Number 2, Griffin McDermott.
That is as hard hit a ball as we have seen in our couple of days of coverage here.
Really not a bad pitch. The pitch was down.
It's not like it was a mistake.
No, he went down, he gutted, he golfed it out of here. And give credit where credit is due. Williston right back in this game, and they are hungry at this point.
Griffin McDermott. DeVolk had lost his cap just before the pitch, but he keeps his concentration and throws to Struble, and there's one away.
Here's the swing again from Aiden Johnson. Breaking ball down, and he just goes down, and he gets it. No doubt about it.
Number 24, Storm.
So you're saying he's a low ball hitter? Storm Rushford. Pops it behind second base, behind Croto, in front of Mears. And it's a single for Rushford. The rally continues for Williston, Vermont.
Third hit of the game. First hit for Rushford.
Number 34,
Right here running into some trouble.
Ben Herskowitz strides to the plate. Well, David Belisle, when he met up with us after yesterday's disappointing loss, said that his team was not taking anything for granted. They're in a dogfight now. 4-3.
We'll give credit here to Ben Herskowitz as well, because you know what? He really has pitched a good game. He's given up 4 runs, but he's kept his team in the game. He's had to make some big pitches to get out of innings. Hasn't lost his cool. And finds himself right now. If he goes back and pitches the bottom of the 5th, well, his pitch count is pretty high. He's got a 1-run game, just down a run. Got a chance here to help his club.
The 1-1. That was up in the strike zone, but Herskowitz can't punish it. Foul ball.
Wright is giving Herskowitz a lot of those curveballs right at him. He's had some trouble with that breaking ball.
And it's upstairs, 2-2. 1 out, 1 on, 3 in on Aiden Johnson's blast in the top of the 5th for Williston, Vermont. Herskowitz reaches down and smacks one toward Provost in center, makes the running catch, 2 away. Rushford returning to first.
Number 42, Daniel Rickert.
Daniel Rickert. It is up to him to keep the rally going. Brendan Wright rocks and throws.
Fastball a little bit too far inside.
All set. Thanks.
Kopak to Struble. But we got a game. Williston, Vermont wakes up the bats. That's a pretty good alarm clock. Aiden Johnson with a 3-run bomb. It is a 4-3 game going into the bottom of the 5th, scheduled for 6 at the Little League Region Tournament in Bristol, Connecticut. Coming up today at 4 p.m. live on NESN, what could end up being a play-in game to get to the elimination round. Barnstable, Massachusetts against Goffstown, New Hampshire. You see the kids from the shadow of Mount Uncanunic just west of Manchester at 4 p.m. Tomorrow on NESN at noon and 3. The knockout round begins. Semifinals, the 2 seed against the 3 seed in the early game. And the top seed, Fairfield, Connecticut, against whoever ends up at number 4. Saturday, the New England Championship at 7 p.m. on ESPN.
Well, Storm Rushford in here for Williston, Vermont, in relief of Ben Hershkowitz, who pitched a fine game, ended up going 4 innings, did give up 4 runs, but he kept his team in the game and giving his team a shot here. But he's going to have to face the top of the order here for Cumberland, Rhode Island, Croteau, DeVoe, and Struble. Croteau 2 for 2 on the day. Rushford with a fastball, curve, and changeup in his repertoire.
And Croteau lifts one to left. That one tails in the breeze. Ryan Eaton does a good job staying with it. It's the first time we've seen the wind really become a factor this afternoon. It's been blowing from right field toward left.
Number 5, C.J. DeVoe.
A little bit of a different look than Hershkowitz. A little bit better fastball, a little bit more velocity on that fastball.
Now the question, always with teams that are battling to get to the 4 seed, is how deep is their pitching staff? Rushford with some pretty nice deliveries, but a good piece of hitting by DeVoe. Not trying to pull the ball when you don't get a pitch you can pull. Belts it into right field for a 1-out single.
Yeah, he's a steady player. I mean, really is a steady player. That ball, fastball away, and as you mentioned, just goes with it. Drives it into right field. He's played some excellent shortstop today as well.
Snap throw down to first. Griffin McDermott having to reach around DeVoe.
Another close game. We've done 3 games here. Every one of them a nail-biter.
Jaden Struble looks at ball 2. Should get a hitter's pitch here from a guy who's thrown some pretty good heat. Struble, a powerful hitter. 3-0. And Rushford puts him on. Addison Kopak is due up. And his last time up, he hit this drive.
This was just another beautiful swing. As soon as he hit it, you could hear it. Right off the Mark Giamatti Little League sign out center field. It's just a 1-run game.
DeVoe gets second, Struble at first. And Rushford paints the outside corner.
Good breaking ball by Rushford that time. Just changing the speed, changing the looks up to Kopak. First pitch fastball, follows that one with a curveball, and quickly Kopak in the hole 0-2.
Kopak lines it. Hershkowitz up with the ball. DeVoe makes the turn. and scores. Underneath Roberts. Now Roberts throws to third. It ricochets off of Struble, and he's in a little bit of pain as the ball trickles over toward the dugout.
He ended up getting hit with the ball, I think, on the throw from Roberts. A lot happening on this play, but again, another hit for Kopak, his second of the game, RBI single. And then he gets tied up a little bit with DeVoe, and then he tries to throw down the third base, and this one, the throw off of the helmet of Struble. He's okay.
Put a good swing on it, you know? He's good. He's a heck of a hitter. He put a good swing on it. Listen, it was a good hit. He just reached his hand up. Listen to me, guys. That run at third base, we got to stop him from scoring. So you got to get up a little bit. Let's look him back, get him at one. Let's get the out. Okay? If he's going, throw him out of the play. Okay? Have a stick out and do that. So scoot up. I want you a couple, Baker and Dean, I want you a couple steps back on the third. All right? The other guys, I want you even with the grass. Okay? All right? Let's go get him, boys. Let's go. Got it? Okay.
He's reminding his infielders how important Struble is, representing a 3-run lead at third base. Keep it on the horizon with one at-bat to go. Sean Mears with runners on second and third. Kopak with the RBI single and advancing to second on the throw. 2-0 to Mears. One out, one in. The 2-1 pitch. Mears beats it right side of the infield. Here is the play at the plate, and Struble is safe. The team speed of Cumberland, Rhode Island paying off again, and it is a 3-run lead.
X-Men right at him, but hesitated for just a second. That's all it takes for Struble to score with the second run of the inning. Still only one away, runners at the corners.
Fielder's choice RBI for Sean Mears. Tyler Provost takes ball one. Cumberland's consistency at the plate has worn down the Williston pitching resources a little bit here. They have scored in every inning but one.
8 hits on the day in every inning, putting pressure on this Williston, Vermont team.
Almost pops up the bunt, and it's into the netting.
Provost turning to bunt here, and you see going off the top of the bat and foul into the net.
Rushford's 2-2 pitch. A little beater to Ravisheur, and Kopak beats the throw home. It is 7-3. Instantaneous response from Cumberland, putting up 3 runs following the 3-run homer by Williston, Vermont.
Ravisheur made up his mind right away. He was going home, but really did not have a play here. Everything unraveling a little bit, unfortunately, for Williston, Vermont. 3rd run of the inning and a 4-run lead once again here for Cumberland, Rhode Island. This is what they can do to you. They grind at bats out. They They run balls out. They have great speed, great instincts.
Generous strike zone from home plate umpire Mike Orlando. And an 0-2 count on Trey Borton. He goes down on strikes, 2 away. Jameson, what do you got?
Well, Jack, Rhode Island with 3 runs already in this inning and looking for more. I think they are channeling the power of the purple gorilla pin. It's their good luck charm that they rub on everybody's arms before the game. And yesterday, before their game against Connecticut, they let me see it for a couple of minutes so we could show the camera. Jack, it was their first loss in 2 years. I walked by the dugout earlier today. They said, "Get away."
Beautiful. Well, it's your fault. It's on you. John Belisle returns to the batting order in the number 8 slot. He is hitting for Brendan Wright, but Wright will return. There's John's mom. Kenny talked about Cumberland's ability to grind out at bats, and it's not just for the sake of running up pitches. It's being selective and punishing pitches that go where the pitchers don't want them. This is an extraordinarily mature team, not only off the field, but inside the lines.
Well, it's a team that's played together for a very long time and play AAU baseball together. Many of these players have played AAU for a number of years and live in the same, obviously in the same town, and it's a very close bunch of boys, and they've had a lot of success.
The mound.
Let's go get a head right away on this guy. Get a head right away, and then you can start pitching right. Let's get a head right away on this guy. All right, we're down in the order. Okay, you're tougher in hands. Go get him. Okay, buddy. Okay, good. Go get him. How's everything? Okay. Okay, good.
In Little League Baseball, you get 2 free trips to the mound, as opposed to Major League Baseball, which you're used to when you see the pitching coach or manager appear for the second time. You know the guy's going to get yanked if he's in the second time in an inning, but this one's up into the helmet of Matos, and he trots down to first, and that forces in Mears with the 8th run for Cumberland. So on the scoreboard, that's a huge run, expanding the lead to 5. But the concern, of course, was for Matos. And they have batted around. Nick Croto, who started things off with a line drive out.
Croto 2 for 3 on the day, has scored twice as well. Runners on the bases.
This one skips away from Jonah Roberts. The runners do not advance.
For Rushford here, just having trouble with his control. That's another 3-ball count here.
And there's no place to put him. It's funny. between innings. After Williston had cut it to 1, we knew that Herskowitz was running out of pitches, and they decided to change him on the half inning. Croto grounds it to Angstrom, flips over to Aiden Johnson to end it. We were musing, the way Cumberland plays, they could bat around. Well, they just did. And they put 4 on the board. The lead is 5. Last chance for Williston, Vermont in a must-win. It's a 5-run lead for Cumberland, Rhode Island, the state champions of Vermont, the Cinderella Kids, who have only 30 eligible players in their league and have sent 12 of them to the region tournament, have to come up with a fantastic finish to extend their summer. More live coverage from Greenfield and Bristol this afternoon at 4 p.m. If this score holds, it's going to be a play-in game to get into the elimination rounds. Barnstable, Massachusetts takes on Goffstown, New Hampshire. For the entire Nesson Little League schedule, you can visit Nesson.com. Ryan Eaton tries to get something going.
It'll be Eaton, and then Lehman, and then the top of the order for Williston against Brendan Wright, who ran into some trouble last inning, but now has a 5-run lead to work with here in the 6th inning.
Eaton fouls it back, 1-2.
Breaking ball there just off the plate.
And in the dirt. They played indoors through the winter. Williston, Vermont doesn't want summer to end. And Eaton gives them some hope with a leadoff walk in the top of the 6th.
Not what David Belay would like, but
Number 3.
leadoff hitter on via a walk.
Cale Lehman returns to the batting order. Nicholas Ravishir had gone in and made the last plate appearance in the number 9 slot. Squibs one, and that's going to go for an infield single. Wee Willie Keeler hit him where they ain't. 2 on with nobody out.
Well, this is exactly how the 5th inning started for Williston, Vermont. Base on ball, and then an infield single, and here in the 6th inning, Williston doing it again, trying to fight their way back into this game.
Let's listen as David Belisle makes the trip to the mound.
Almost there, kid. Did a great job today. Really proud of you, okay? Good job. Okay? I want you to go to, you coming in? Addison.
All right, they're going to play Yahtzee with the fielders here, as it looks as if Croto's going to be the next pitcher to try to close this thing out.
Go to second.
Jameson Coyle, you got a story for us.
Yeah, Jack, the East Regionals have been held here in Bristol since 1987, and as the years go on, the crowds that gather in these bleachers gets larger and larger this year. No different. They're expecting between 15 and 20,000 people to come to the area this week. Bristol city officials say the tournament generates between $300,000 and $500,000 in economic impact for the city. On average, each family this week, Jack, spends about $1,000 between food, gas, and of course, hotels.
Well, the flip side of that is that a lot of families have to do a lot of begging from their bosses to get vacation time, and they almost always meet with a sympathetic ear, because people understand this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity when your kid gets a chance to play for a regional title and possibly a ticket to Williamsport in the Little League World Series. And yeah, that's the rainy day fund, I guess. They use those up, and they use up their vacation days, and they beg and borrow them from their coworkers, end up covering them for a lot of Saturdays and Sundays. But I have never heard anybody say that they regretted making this trip this far.
Not at all. And it really is a chance in a lifetime for these parents as well. They are enjoying it as much as the players are on the field.
Now pitching
The hotel that we stay at here in Bristol, parents are, you can talk with them, smiling faces and getting to know each other from not just obviously their team, but many of the other states as well. Building relationships and friendships.
Number 9, Baker Engstman.
So Nick Croto is the new pitcher. Croto started at third, went to second, tries to finish the game as the pitcher. Sean Mears also has played 3 positions on the afternoon. He ends up at second base, and Brendan Wright, who started in left, is now Mr. Wright. Angstrom takes a strike. 2-1. Top of the order for Williston, Vermont. Angstrom fair down the right field line. Eaton comes around. He scores. Lehman into third. A stand-up double for Angstrom. And the kids from Williston will not go away.
Yeah, this is just a nice job of hitting right down the right field line. Lets the ball get deep on him.
Number 5, Jonah
Wright
Roberts.
has some trouble with it in right field, and that allows Eaton to come around to score with the first run of the inning. They are down only by 4 runs, and there's nobody out. Runners at second and third. A lot of fight in this Williston, Vermont team.
Jonah Roberts, the batter, and the next man up, hit a titanic 3-run homer his last time. So if Roberts can load the bases, ...
Well, you know, we said it between innings. It's never over. And Cumberland, Rhode Island puts up 4 runs in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and
A little confusion on the count. Excuse me, Ken. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. On the corner. Croto delivering a really good pitch at a pretty big moment. Curveball, strike 3, and Roberts is gone.
what a dandy curveball that was.
Here comes Aiden Johnson, and there went Aiden Johnson his last time up.
This was just a great job of hitting this pitch really down in the zone, and he goes and gets it right over the scoreboard in center field.
Upstairs, 1-0. Matt Wright going out to have a word with Nick Croto. Reminder, he is not wearing a microphone. Johnson fouls it back.
I think that visit by Wright was, let's throw strikes. If he hits it out of the ballpark, fine, but we don't want to put the tying run on base.
Or at least bring it to the plate.
Bring it to the plate, rather.
Johnson smashes one through the middle. Home comes Lehman. Angstrom holds it third. It is a 2-run top of the 6th rally for Williston, Vermont, and they're back within 3, and the tying run is at the plate.
Third hit of the game, and that's just another hard hit ball off the bat of Aiden Johnson.
Griffin McDermott, swing and a miss. McDermott, a single to center, got hit by a pitch and grounded to short in his 3 trips. Well, David Belisle warned us. McDermott pounds it foul just past third, and Angstrom had to do a little bit of a dance step to get out of the way of that ball.
That's why you always want your runner at third base in foul territory. When you come off that bag, make sure you're in foul territory. If it does hit you, it's a foul ball.
Because if you're in fair territory and it hits you,
You're out.
checking down to first base, and Phil Levesque says, no, we didn't. Did not go through. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Griffin McDermott. Angstrom on third, Johnson on first.
Gets the strikeout. Big strikeout for Coro. Ork setting up on the inner half of the plate, but this one just hits the outside corner and
Storm Rushford.
he gets the call.
Generous strike zone, but that's the way the ump saw it. Storm Rushford, the last hope for Williston, Vermont. What a battle this team has put up.
Good swing right there by Rushford, following that one straight back.
Cumberland, Rhode Island, one of the storied youth baseball programs in New England. With all it can handle from the kids from the Green Mountain State. Trey Bork boxing it around. You just never know with baseball. You just can't add it up on paper and say that's the way it's going to turn out. High heat, Rushford chases it, it's 2-2. Williston is down to its last strike. Off the fist foul, he stays in it.
Well, a good job right now.
3-2.
Just able to hold up on that breaking ball to run it to be 3-2 at this point.
Tying run at the plate. The 3-2 pitch with 2 out in the 6th. Rushford grounds to DeVoe. He'll play it himself for the force and the game. And Cumberland, Rhode Island survives a mighty scare from Williston, Vermont to clinch the 2 seed in the New England Region Tournament. For Williston, it is almost certainly the end of the line, but what a tremendous summer for this extraordinary little program from Northern Vermont.
I'll tell you one thing, they got nothing, no reason to lower their heads. They keep their heads up, very respectful of how they played the game here in Bristol, Connecticut. And they held their own. Williston, Vermont, very proud of their program, especially the coaches. Great job by the coaches as well, but these young players did a fine job. But in the end, it was Cumberland, Rhode Island that held out to win this ball game, and some excellent pitching and some really clutch hitting as well.
Yeah, too much depth up and down the lineup. Too many hitters who could hurt pitches that the Williston pitchers threw where they didn't want them to end up. And Cumberland clinches the 2 seed. They'll play at noon tomorrow live on Nesson as we begin our semifinal coverage. We got another one still to come. The final score of this one, Cumberland, the Rhode Island state champs, 8. And the champions of the state of Vermont, Williston, 5. For Ken Ryan, Jameson Coyle, and our Nesson production crew, I'm Jack Edwards. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next for Red Sox Report. We will see you back here at 4 p.m. It's a play-in game. The winner gets into the elimination round. Barnstable, the Massachusetts champions, against Goffstown, New Hampshire. We'll see you then.
These are